This where we catch a vibe. What's often overlooked is the strength that rise to occasions. The drive of a man pushed to limits is amazing. Take it how it comes, adjusting to all the changes. Hunger's just creating a man of so many faces. Judgment being passed, not understanding sacrifices. Instagram likes turn into a marriage crisis. Till you live it, you can't tell me a thing. Bobby Krill's March 5th is such a wonderful ring. See, I tried to leave, but then I fell apart. I learned it's easier to prosper when you play your part. Not chasing cloud, I'd rather just keep it genuine. Rapping in my basement is turning into percentages. Talking to myself is just speaking it to existence. Face so much resistance, I battle it with persistence. Failed so many times, I'm ready to go the distance. If you really just believe, your life could change in an instant, that's real. X Factor, how many really got it? That X Factor, turning passion into profit. Another day of living, I'm just happy to see. Be the change you wanna see, and I'm just happy it's me, Krills.
Welcome to the Kicking It With Me podcast, where you get to kick it with your host, God's Little Soldier. Today's episode is a powerful testimonial on commitment, because every calling requires consistency and every purpose demands persistence. This show is all about faith, growth, and commitment that carries us throughout this journey we call life. Today's word is commitment. Let's define it. Commitment is the state or quality of being dedicated to a cause, activity, or purpose. It's the choice to stay loyal long after the feeling has faded. What commitment means to me? Commitment is showing up when it's hard, staying the course when no one else is watching, and honoring the call when quitting feels easier. It's a sacrifice with a purpose. It's faith in action. Commitment isn't what you say, it's what you prove throughout your consistency. Welcome to the show, Melvin Smith, aka Mel The Prophet.
Thanks for having me, man.
It's been a while, man.
It's been a while.
And I appreciate you, man. I really
honor.
do.
It's an honor, bro.
Melvin, I just want to start off, first of all, I love you and I appreciate you for coming on to the show. It takes, courage to really come on and be vulnerable to tell your story, to tell your side.
Yeah.
Creating a strong work ethic is commitment. And when I think about a person who continuously demonstrates the core of what commitment is, this person is you. And I say this because I'm impressed and proud of you and how you continue to stay committed and being so creative, because every year you're putting out a new project. Like, if that doesn't speak volume, I don't, I really don't know what does, right? The way you consistently push forward, build, and show up is truly inspiring. It really is. And I really think that the audience are really going to get inspired once we unfold your true story.
That's what I hope, man.
Melvin, tell us, what does commitment means to you, and how does this shoe reflect your journey?
Commitment means to me is just staying the course towards something through ups and downs. Like, not allowing no high, no low, no person, nobody to get in between something that you truly desire. And you're going to do it, you're going to go after it, no matter if you're hurting, no matter if you're sad, you're happy. I think that's what commitment is to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how does this shoe reflect your journey?
So this shoe, the irony of this shoe, I was gifted it by my best friend, Andres. He's my best friend since first grade, and he gave me the shoe about a year ago.
A year ago from today?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Not exactly a year ago,
Okay.
but, within a year.
Okay.
And why it reflects my journey, because one, we grew up a sneakerhead. Even though I faded away from being a sneakerhead, and he knew that, but this shoe was very valuable to him, and, it didn't fit him anymore, and he kind of wanted to give it to me to represent that sneakerhead, legacy. So it lives on through our friendship. We're close, but not as close as we used to be. And I feel like, wearing these sneakers, I keep them with me. So,
I gotcha. So let me ask you a question. Is this someone that you trust?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know trust plays a big part in your journey in your life. So I think it's one of those questions like, do you trust this guy?
Very much. And I didn't even know, these shoes is worth a couple $100. And I'm just wearing them. I go to the gym in them. I wear them out. I do things in them. People see me like, yo, you bugging, doing things in them. But I'm not a sneakerhead how I used to be. So
I got you. That's what's up.
But that's my journey.
So, so before we start this journey on your music career and commitment, let's go back to baby Mel, right? Let's go back to your childhood. And so tell me, what was your childhood like growing up in Perth Amboy? What did home look like? Was there mom? Was there dad? Like, what was that like?
When I was born, I was, a lot of people don't know this, that I grew up with, I was adopted.
Adopted?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
I did not know that.
Yeah. So I was born, to a 17-year-old, female who was under the guardianship of, two parents, and those parents became my parents. So when I was after birth, all I knew was those two parents, my parents, and the person who birthed me as my sister.
Okay.
So that was, the start of my my life. Obviously, I didn't know.
Do we know why that your mom did this?
She was 17, I believe, because at 17 years old, she wasn't ready. The situation with my father, he wasn't in the picture. So I believe it was the best thing for all of us. Honestly, when I look at it.
At that time, or right now?
Both.
Both? Really?
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's the best thing for all of us. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's on emotional standpoint, I got some issues with it, but overall, I feel like it worked out for us. Yeah.
Okay. So you grow up in this household where your mom, gives up rights to you as a mom. You have this mother figure who is dating a man.
Yes.
And their boyfriend, girlfriend, right?
Yes.
So he's not your father, but this is a person who you look up as, this is my dad because he raised you, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about, still baby Mel growing up in that type of environment. Like, how do you feel? Like, what is that like?
I wasn't really aware of it, so it didn't really, play any, part of my development, It took me to maybe like 10, 11 to be conscious of the reality. Okay. But prior to that, I was a spoiled kid.
Spoiled kid.
I was, straight A's. I was a fly kid, so I didn't really have no worry. I was athletic.
So let's talk about that, right? So here you are, baby Mel, right? You say you're spoiled, right? So when I look at or think about being spoiled, because I know what that feels like, right? I was spoiled as a kid. That to me sounds like your love language now becomes by default gift giving or gift receiving.
Yes.
Is that correct?
And just doing what I want.
And doing what you want.
Yeah.
So do you feel as though, like, because of your situation, the people in your family or the people who could influence you the most, like, over gifted you, like, overcompensated because of the situation or like what's going on with gifts? Do you feel that?
I would say yeah and no. When I say no, because I was disciplined too, as in like I got my ass beat. Okay. I got whippings.
Now, when you get whippings, who's disciplining? Is it sister mom?
No.
Or is it mom?
Mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a point where mom is not even like trying to act like a mom. She's really like just in the background, because she's living with you, right?
Yes, yeah,
they're all in the same household, right?
Yeah. So when we're in the house, that's sister, that's mom. When we're out of the house and I'm with my sister, that's mom.
So explain that one more time. Sorry. So you're in the house with, you got sister who's really your mom,
who's I'm birth mother.
In your house, you say this is my sister.
Yes.
And then you have your mom who she gave the rights up to, who this is mom.
Yes.
And then she has a boyfriend who this is dad.
Pops, yep.
Right. But now when you're outside of the home as a baby, and your sister's, kind of like,
when I'm with her
alone, this is my son.
Yeah. So, the reality of her peers, high school, she just graduated. As I'm growing up, from 0 to, however, I'm viewed as my sister's son because they don't know the reality of my inside of my home.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So now, how does that make you feel at that particular time?
Because I was so spoiled, it didn't really bother me. But I just could remember being confused too as a kid, but it's not dawning on me because my life is great. My life is great.
Life is great. What makes your life great at that time as a kid?
I'm a straight A student.
Okay.
I'm cool, right in school.
Cool.
I'm fly. I got PS1.
So
PS2.
when you say you're fly, that means you're dressed like with the hippest, like
yes.
the Jordans, the newest Jordans that come out, newest clothes. You got it.
I got it.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. So when I think about these things, right? Because I feel like you and I, growing up, I can relate to this, right? And do you think that of all this attention, right? Were you the only child?
It's confusing. No and yeah, right? Like it's confusing because I got my sister,
Okay.
right? She's.
But you're the baby?
I'm the youngest baby. I'm the youngest. in the
So
house.
you're the baby.
Yeah, I'm the baby.
So wait, time out. So before your sister, who's your mom,
Yeah.
had another one?
No, just me.
Just you.
Yeah.
Okay. So from your your mom, you're the only one.
Yes, my birth mother. Yes.
Okay, so you're the only one.
Yes.
But then in the grand scheme of things,
I'm the baby.
You're the baby.
Yes.
So you're getting like you're super spoiled. You're
Yes.
super duper spoiled,
Yes.
right? So I get that. So let me ask you a question. So, obviously, you and I, we sat and we spoke about, obviously this conversation before we got here to help me, create these questions that. And so when it dawned on me, right? So here you are, this little kid who is super spoiled, right? Getting all these things that they want, fly, got the newest Jordans, got the newest gear. Everyone wants to be a part of Mel as a little kid. They want, like, you have this aura about you that people just want to be attracted to you.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
So when I reflect and I think about these things, I think about that, your environment has created this platform where, being in the center of attention is how you recognize love.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. I just wanted to make sure that we got there because I could relate to that.
Yeah.
So with that being said, at this time, baby Mel, who's your biggest influence? Like, who's influenced you at this time?
My biggest influence
As a child.
as a child, I would probably say my older cousin. So when I was 7, he was graduating high school, basketball player, I just wanted to be like him.
Because he plays sports?
Yeah, he was cool. And
Was he good?
Yeah.
All right, so he's good. So he's good, and he's getting a lot of attention.
A lot of attention.
From
And,
all the right
I'm
people.
going
So
to
he's a jock.
in a sense, yeah, and from my perspective anyways.
And so this person who's influenced you,
Yeah.
right, who's a jock, mind you, you're getting a lot of attention because you're the baby.
Yeah.
You're the only, right, from mom. So so now you're starting to recognize, like,
Yeah.
I like that stage.
Yes.
This works for me because I get the attention, the jocks get the attention. So now you're like, I want to play some sports.
Yes.
I got you. Okay. So before we get into that, right? Right before you become a teenager, right? I'm assuming you start to connect the dots, right? Between about what's going on in your household.
Yeah.
Right? And so let's talk about that. Let's talk about the time, like how old you were and when you started connecting the dots. What was that like?
I would say around 10 to 12.
Okay.
Yeah, right before a teenager, where just from little things, seeing Mel and seeing this person has my last name, these people don't, right? Like my birth mother has my last name, or I have her last name, and everyone else doesn't. So just like interesting. And then the concept of being around a person with my last name, this is my son, where it's like it's not clicking, but it's starting to kind of fully click, like, okay, something
isn't right.
Yeah, something, something isn't going.
So what's going through your mind at this time? Because I know life is good. You're spoiled. All the attention's on you. So like, is that the distraction that kind of like lets you like, it's whatever. Like life is good.
Because of life as being so good, I don't allow weight to the reality.
Okay.
Like I can't change it now. I have no power in the sense of like, okay, I want to change this. The mother and son connection I have with the person who didn't birth me, is so real.
It's real.
That like, how is this not even possible? And at the same time, me and my not birth mother, but the mother who raised me, were the only light skin in the house.
Okay.
My birth mother's dark.
I got you.
So it just fits, right? To a kid's perspective, it just fits. Like,
So let me ask you a question. So while you're doing this, while you're living in this situation, does ethnicity, does religion play a part? Does it, like, do you know who you are?
not really, not knowing though either, right? Because my birth mother is black, all black, dark skin, and the mother who raised me, she's black, Italian, and Irish. So I'm my skin color. So in my mind, that's what I am. I'm black, Italian, and Irish. So it just makes sense. And everyone else around is black. And me and my mother who raised me are the only kind of light-skinned people that's, in this house.
Gotcha. So where's Dad at this moment?
Real dad or?
Real dad, because we know,
I don't know.
We don't know.
Who knows?
At this point.
Yeah, at this point.
And mom's nothing, and there's no.
So
in your mind, this father figure is Dad, and there's no question whatsoever.
Not even a question. It's not even a thought for me, really. Until I started getting older, I started like, okay.
Now let me ask you a question. This person who's a father figure. Yeah. Did he play that role as a true father figure, like be there for you when you're supposed to be there, like love you as a kid, like with unconditional, like with nothing?
To this day.
Wow.
To this day.
That's awesome.
And I appreciate him to this day. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great. Yeah. I mean, listen, there's not many people that could really do that, especially love a kid that.
And to say, like, it took me some years to call him Dad.
Oh, wow.
I would call him by his nickname.
Even though you didn't really know?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like, it's weird, but yeah, I don't think I called him Dad until, late 7, 8, 9 maybe.
Okay. Yeah. So let's talk about this, right? So we're you're 10 years old, you're starting to connect the dots, right? Now you're becoming a teenager. So tell me, how does sports play a part in your life?
Sports was everything.
Sports
was basketball, football, outside, that's all I'm playing. And I was, really good at basketball at a young age. That was everything for me.
So, but how does, because I know, I was, from as athletes, right? Sports play, influence you in a way where now you have to understand, right? You're this kid who's spoiled, right? All the light is on you, right? And now as a teenager, you're in middle school, going to high school, and now you're playing sports, but you're good now, right? We forgot to say these things, right? I know you're playing football with Will. We're playing football at Carter McCarrick and doing big things. So now, because I know your cousin, who's his biggest influence as a child, who's playing sports, here you are mimicking, right? Saying, hey, I want to play sports. Why? Because there's the spotlight is on you because you are good, because people are rooting for Mel, right? So let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Because that's a big part. You have to understand, like, playing sports and having that outlet of people rooting for you, it's a way of receiving love because people are rooting for you. And so I know from being a kid and being spoiled that that's a connection where you kind of have to hold on to, be like, hey, I need this in my life. I need, you know what I'm saying? So you start to play, but is there training? Do you want to be good?
I want to be good, and at an early age, I would say maybe like 8, I was really good, right? Like when I say really good is, I used to live in Caseby for a few years. Okay. And I was 8, 9.
So what's Caseby?
Caseby is...
No, I know what Caseby is.
So Caseby is a small little town within Woodbridge that's close to Perth Amboy.
Okay.
Born and raised in Perth Amboy.
So it's like 3 blocks long.
Yeah, so I'm in this area, and I'm like, say 7, 8, 9, 10, around that area. And I'm playing versus high schoolers. And I'm like really good, right? Like football, basketball. And I'm short. So I'm very short, the shortest person around, but I'm almost kind of the best around too. So now these high schoolers are loving me. You know, I'm trying to follow my cousin who's already kind of in high school, you know, graduating. So I feel like this is the thing for me. Basketball is the thing for me. Got people coming to KB just to play me. Kids from Madawan, like, you know, all over.
So you got people coming to be like, yo, I heard about this kid.
Yeah.
I want to see him. You know, matter of fact, play me.
Yeah.
Let's see what's up. And you over here out shining dudes.
Yeah. And I wasn't working out,
And
right? I didn't understand that concept of the sport. I was just good.
You was just naturally
I was just
talented.
to be out. Yeah, I was just
Very nice.
good.
I love.
Because I played it every day. You know, I played it all day. You know what I mean? And I'm around older people playing, so it just made me better than, I guess, my age.
I got you. So let's talk about. All right. So you're super talented in sports. You go to high school. Are you playing sports?
Yeah, I go to McCarrick for basketball. It's crazy because I got recruited to St. John Vianney for football.
Okay.
I take my test
in 8th grade.
8th grade, because I played Pop Warner in Island, 7th, 8th grade. I went to McGinnis School, didn't play McGinnis School. I played Pop Warner. So my 8th grade year, St. John Vianney had came. They recruited me and someone else. I forget his name. So 8th grade year, we went to homecoming, St. John Vianney. We're in the locker room, out in the field. You know, like, we're going there. I took my test to get into Catholic school there. The week before, all my friends are going to McCarrick. I'm like, Mom, I want to go to McCarrick.
When you say mom, who are you talking to? Sister?
Raised me.
Who raised you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where's mom at this time?
Where's mom?
Mm-hmm.
She's in the household.
Okay. So, but you don't go to her to ask her, like, hey, Mom, I want to go here. My mom, like, sister mom. But you know at this time who she is, though.
At this time, yeah. But I'm so, you know, just mentally already caught up in, you're my sister. Because we're in the same house. I'm too caught up in it now. At this point, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm all I know, that's you're my sister. Even though when I go deeper, even though I didn't go deeper back then, right? But when you go deeper, I know you birthed me, but from the time I can remember from, you know, wah, I'm calling this lady my mother.
So,
she's giving me that motherly love, you know?
So let me ask you a question, right? So when you need something, you may ask for something. Who do you ask for? You ask for, like, birth mom or mom?
My mom.
My mom? And then what happens? She says, you go to birth mom and be like, hey, Mom, you know, can I get this too? No? All right.
It wasn't that dynamic, you know? Like, it wasn't.
Because I know myself, I'm very persistent. I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm asking everybody.
And I feel like it's crazy because my, you know, mom who raised me, I probably got whatever I asked for.
I got you.
Because I was good, you know?
Okay. At this time?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. At this time, so you're in high school, right?
Yeah.
You're playing sports. You find, you know, Mom said yes to go to Conor McCarrick.
Yeah.
You're going to Conor McCarrick. What does high school do for you? Like, as far as emotionally, mentally, like, you know, what's happening at this time in high school? Because I feel like the reason why I say this, I'm gonna be honest, Melvin. Like, I feel like there's a lot has happened before 25, right? And I feel like a good chunk is like right when you graduate high school into college, and then that's when, like, it gets the meat and potatoes is like crazy, right? So I'm trying to get there. So let's try to
high school. I'm just learning, you know, I guess somewhat grown up life through seniors, because, you know, I'm kind of hanging with the seniors. I'm a freshman. You know, shout out to Will Manley. I'm around them, so I'm getting that, you know, that elderly love, even though I feel like a little kid, you know. So it's kind of making me grow up a little bit sooner than maybe that I want to, that I realize. Being around parties, things of that nature that, you know, I'm not really used to. You know, being around, you know, drinking and having fun to a maximum, you know, I'm not used to that.
Okay. So
I'm getting introduced to that while still being, you know, the cool guy to my grade and to the whole school, you know. So it's
Did you adapt well, you know, entering in there where now, like, when you become a senior, like, you're the guy?
Very well, because now I'm able to, not say play both sides. I'm able to be. It's an all white dominant school. I come from all urban school, and I'm still cool, right? Like, as a kid, that's all you want to do is be cool. So I'm cool with all the white people, cool with all my, you know, Spanish black people.
That does a lot for you.
I understand both sides of the dynamic.
Yeah.
You know, as a player growing up in high school, I get white girls here. I go home, I get Spanish girls there. I'm having the time of my life.
Time of your life.
You know, time of my life
gotcha.
just to be.
All right, sounds good. I love that. So high school, time of your life, nothing's really affecting you.
No.
So we get to college.
Yes.
Do we get recruited to play football?
No. So I went to McCarrick, didn't play my freshman year. I wasn't gonna play my sophomore year. Then I played football my sophomore year due to the fact the basketball team didn't want me to play football, and the basketball team didn't want me to play how I wanted to play. So it kind of gave me a dislike to basketball.
So the first 2 years you played basketball.
Yes, freshman year.
And no football.
No. Sophomore year I played football like in the middle of the year. Like I came like after second game.
Okay.
And then I played sophomore, junior, senior year.
Okay. And so you did this transition where you like, basketball is not happening. It's not
happening due to just the structure of my likening. You know, like I felt
you
like
ball.
I love ball, but I feel like
ball.
they were hindering me to my perspective. You know,
gotcha.
they didn't allow me to be me.
You.
Yeah.
And who's you?
I'm a floor general. I run the floor. I control the game without scoring. They just wanted me to play defense. And it's like, okay, I know I can play defense, but I can control the game. And it's like...
And you knew this in high school.
Yeah, I was upset. I was upset that they didn't allow me to play my games.
I'm gonna be honest.
So
Melvin,
freshman
I'm gonna
year,
be honest. Listen, I'm not. I wasn't there 100% to watch you play, but when I watch you play, bro, you a playmaker. Like,
Thank you.
Thank you. Playmaker.
And that was, like my freshman year, I barely played freshman. I played JV.
Oh wow. Okay.
So my sophomore year, they were kind of trying to just keep me on JV and not too much varsity, and that didn't make sense to me. And then I started realizing, they just want you to play defense. Mm-hmm. And then at the same time, I didn't have the confidence to kind of speak up for myself, where it's let me, Mm-hmm. So I just sat back and just played football. Because they didn't want me to play football either. So all that was, a mesh of my decision on just playing straight football.
I gotcha. Okay.
So I lost love for basketball. Didn't play basketball, literally didn't play for a year because they made me dislike it.
Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. Yeah. So we get into college, mm-hmm. right? We realize, because I feel like as an athlete, 9 times out of 10, most athletes feel like, the end goal is where we're going, right? So if you want to be a professional athlete, in your mind, I'm going pro.
Yeah.
You get to college, it doesn't happen.
No. Yeah, before college, I'm done with basketball.
You done with basketball?
I'm done with sports.
Sports, football too.
Like going somewhere. That's not in my brain anymore.
Okay.
So
what's happening now? Let's talk about senior year, getting into college. What's happening in your personal life?
So senior year, I'm having too much fun.
Okay, let's talk about
too much fun.
What's fun?
Go
ahead.
I'm having sex too much.
Okay.
I'm having too much sex.
So you over here just okay.
I'm having too much sex. I'm going to school to have fun, make laughs, have sex in school. I'm just, I'm living the life, right? Vida loca, literally.
Everybody wants to be a part of this.
I'm
females wants to be a part of you.
Literally.
There's guys that are I just want to be your friend. So you're just taking all this, what you feel as though is love, because it's you want to interact with me, it's love. You want to fuck with me, you my boy, all right, it's love. This is what we doing. Yeah. So now you're creating this pattern, this atmosphere of of being having fun as love.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we get to college though, right? Now let's talk. When we get to college, I feel as though a couple of things happen in your personal life. Maybe a couple of people pass away. Yeah. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the transition to the spotlight being on Melvin and then it being taken away. Because there's a lot of things that's happening at this moment. Yeah. Let's talk about that.
So I go to college. I had no concrete plan. My main focus of going to college is to make my mother happy.
Okay.
She always wanted me to go. My mother who raised me.
Mm-hmm. Birth mom?
No.
Okay.
Mother
I'm sorry.
Raised me.
Raised you.
Birth mom's still in my life, but she's
my
sister.
Yeah. But either way, if you go to college, it don't matter.
Not to say like that, but yeah, right. I don't know what she feels or what. I'm going on with my mother who raised me. That's my bread and butter. That's my world. That's my. I listen to her. I'm following her.
You listen to her, but you fear who?
Her.
No. Come on. We talked about this. You listened to her, but you told me you were fearing your birth mom because you were doing a couple crazy things in the streets.
No, I was fearing her. That's
her.
Yes, that's
not the birth mom.
You gotta think about it. In my mind, I'm viewing my birth mother my whole life as my sister. Like that's how I view her. Like, that's how I perceive her.
So the respect is you're my sister.
Yes.
I got you.
I know what you are, who you are, but our relationship is that. So I'm not viewing you in that light, not even a little bit, respectfully. You understand?
Has that ever changed though?
It attempted to, by her wantings, but it's just like for me, I can't do that.
Okay.
I respect, and it's not to downplay the decision you made, but it's like you got to look at a child. If a child is fed grapes for his whole life, and you telling him it's grapes, and then he learns that it's bananas. That child's not gonna say it's bananas.
Yeah. So let me ask you this question, and I want to dig really deep. Right? When does it hit you that you've lived a lie, and that you and how do you feel to feel betrayed?
It hit me when I'm living a lie. I would say probably in college, probably my second year in college.
Okay, so you're in college, second year.
Second year in college, yeah, and I feel betrayed by everybody at that point, right?
Let's talk about that.
When I feel like, so my sophomore year, towards the end of my sophomore year, I started going into a rabbit hole of just, learning about the world, learning how, because as you hear I'm saying, my whole life has been great. My whole life's been peachy, it's been happy, it's been loved.
But this is
positive.
the turning point.
This is the turning point. Like obviously I get mad at things of nature, right? But like, everything's good. There's no issues. I have no real struggle. My whole life. So now in college, I'm going to college for someone else. I'm not focused. I'm not going for the right reason. Having too much fun.
So in college, right, you're not focused on studying at all, right?
I want to, but no. I go there, and it's ironic. I like my roommate, my freshman year, is my best friend.
Okay.
So I have,
and this is the guy who
yes,
you this year.
Yes, who we're best friends since first grade.
Okay.
So we're roommates. We're in college. Like wow, we're having fun, but gradually we kind of go separate ways. He's focused on school and what he's doing. I'm kind of not.
And what do you focus on?
Fun, women. I started smoking. I started drinking.
Well, all right. So let's talk. I want to. Oh, damn, I keep hearing this. Let's talk about like fun, right? So you keep going back to women, right? Mm-hmm. Why though? Is there something that influenced you to be like, oh, I need to be a player, that I need to have multiple women? Like what influenced you to want to be this guy? I'm not mindful of it, but that's been like all my life because I never really did relationships. I always been a good guy, good person, but I know how to speak. And just, to go back to high school, I feel like I'm one of the first people to understand the concept of now, right? We had Nextels, right? Some people had sidekicks, right? I had a Sprint phone. Yeah. So the Nextel era, I had one of my boys. I'm like, he's on the phone, right? And I'm like, yo, why are you on the phone? I'm over here, I'm texting 11, like literally 11 women. Well, females, girls, right? I'm like, yo, you can text 11 at the same time. You don't got to be on the phone with one. So I was ahead of my game, not even realizing it. I'm entertaining so many different women. How though? So you have to understand life.
How
someone influenced you to be this way,
or your mom.
Like,
this is what I grew up in. This is the society I'm in.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
How did what influenced you to be like, yo, I could do this?
I can't pinpoint exactly what, but it's so many different factors, right? It's just like one. I was introduced. All right, let's go back to when I was younger. I don't know if you remember the black box.
Okay.
You remember the black box? Cable box? After a certain time, Channel 96, it gets a little freaky. You remember?
Yeah.
So I'm young seeing this, right? Let's put everything in perspective, right? The black box. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm seeing this at a young age. All right, okay, right? Then I'm looking out around me. I'm around older people. Yeah. I'm 9, 10, 11, around high schoolers. High schoolers, they're talking about things that 10, 11-year-olds are not talking about. So I'm already a little bit more advanced. Then I'm around my cousin. I seen he's showing me things in that regard.
The cousin that was playing, that was
yeah,
a job,
even though
right?
he had a girlfriend in that nature, but I'm still, at a young age, I was kind of smarter than I guess I knew. So that's what I'm seeing.
So you're because you're the baby, you're the one and only. You're around a lot of adults.
Yes.
That influence you.
Yes.
Older adults that, that influence you to kind of show you the ropes, whether they're good or bad.
Yes.
Okay.
And I feel like just the society I'm around, we get a lot of women, so.
I mean, at that time, you gotta remember like the movies and everything is geared towards being a player. So I get
and even I would say 7th grade in beginning school, I'm the only 7th grader on the basketball team. So I have a perk where my last class I don't have to go to because I'm on the team. And then because I'm not in class, I'm around these 8th graders and I'm around these girls that the 8th grade boys are, doing what they're doing, even though I'm a little shy, but I'm watching, I'm entertaining, I'm getting love from these women where just like nobody's in no real relationship, right? So that's just my life as I grow older, where when I get to college, like I'm free now. I don't got mom questioning, who I'm talking to, anything of that nature. I'm free. And all these women here, they drinking, they smoking. What we supposed to do?
Yeah. So, sounds wild. Sounds super wild.
Very wild.
So let me ask you this question: Did you ever ask like birth mom, right? Why did she do what she did, and did you express to her how it made you feel before she passed away?
So birth mom didn't pass away.
Oh, birth mom didn't pass away. Okay, my bad.
Mom who raised me passed.
So
Yeah, birth mom's still alive.
So birth mom's still alive.
Still alive.
So have you ever asked her why she did what she did, and did you express to her how it made you feel?
Yeah, so I would say maybe around 15, 16, I'm still in high school, I would always ask her, like, who is he? Right? As in, like, who is my father? Who is my real father? And I would get an answer. The answer was a white guy.
A white guy?
White guy. So, and really put everything together, right? My mother who raised me is black, Italian, Irish. What is that? Black and white, right? She looks like me. My real mother, she's black, and she's saying the one who spermed in her is white. Oh, it makes sense. I'm black and white. Even though I'm running with black, Italian, Irish because of the mother who raised me, right? So as I'm growing older, I'm more mindful. I just want to know, like, yo, who is he? I want to see him, what he looks like, what he's, oh, he's white, he died, right? So, okay, cool. I'm still running with, I'm black and white. So I wouldn't really express what it made me feel because in high school, I didn't really, really feel anything, honestly. I just wanted to know what was going on.
Okay. So after she told you like why she did what she did, right? It didn't make you feel.
So to that question, I didn't answer that. She, the man didn't want anything to do with me. Then he died.
Did you get to meet him before he died?
This is the white person she's saying.
Yeah.
I never met him.
Oh, so she's saying he died.
He died. He's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. No pictures, nothing.
But at some point, you figured out that he's not dead, and you have a different father than what she said, right?
Later on in life, yes.
Okay. So, all right. So here you are in college, right?
Yeah.
You asked your mom around this time, like, what's up?
A little bit, but this time I'm fully understanding things aren't making sense.
Okay.
So now, back to what you're saying, I feel betrayed. I feel like I'm in someone for 9 months and that person is lying to me. Why wouldn't anybody else lie to me? So now I'm by default questioning everybody, questioning everything. So everything I've learned, everything I experienced.
So let's talk about this space right now because this is a turning point, right?
Yeah.
And let's really dig deep about you. Everything's starting to hit you, right? So
Life is good.
here you are in college, right? This lie is starting to hit you really, really hard, right? That you've been lied to, right? And it's starting to influence you.
Yeah.
How's it influence you?
It's influencing me to see the world in a different way, because you know my life was all happy peaches and roses. Now I'm seeing the world, right? So as I'm feeling this, I'm diving into the world, seeing how the world is ran, seeing, I guess, the evil of the world, the darkness of the world. So simultaneously, all that in one is driving me kind of crazy, right? Into
Not
depression.
kinda crazy.
It's driving me into depression,
Okay.
where I want to know more, right? I want to know more. Like I want to.
And what are you doing about that? Like, because you have this eagerness to want to know more, what do you do to get the more
Research.
So what are you doing?
YouTube. I'm finding books. I'm
On what?
on one, the Illuminati. That was one of the big
Why?
things. Why? Well, one, for some, at this time, that's when the whole word Illuminati was being
It was popular.
kinda. This
Yeah.
is 2010.
I can
So
see
I'm
that.
wondering, like, I don't believe it, right? At first, I don't believe it. So I'm like, yo, this is kind of fucking true, right?
Yeah.
So I'm even going deeper and deeper and deeper. And when I say deeper, just darker,
Okay.
right? Like, not even just deeper, just darker. Like, where's the dark at? Like, I'm going to the dark. On top of the reality of, like, yo, I've been lied to my whole life by the
So
person
now you're making the connections
that the world is.
what this world is about, and then what you've been feeding.
So both sides of that reality is hit me like, yo, hard. Right?
And then so tell me how, like, what's going through your mind, and what are you doing, like, because obviously you're going through this this pressure, right? But I want you to take me on, like, what your body feels like, what your mind is saying to yourself, and what are you actually doing?
So I'm in college still. This is probably, I would say, I can't pinpoint exactly when, right? But this is, I would say, the second semester. At this time, I'm selling weed on campus, right? I'm still cool.
But when you're selling weed, you're like a big dog.
I want to say a big dog, right?
But you get there.
You know, I'm not I'm not a big dog yet
Okay.
in that sense, right? But I'm you know,
So that
I was
keeps
known on campus, right? Why? And I'm not trying to put nobody's business out there, but like I used to get the basketball players high, I used to get the soccer players high, women's high, like. And the thing was, at a certain time, it was a certain stores that was closed, right? So how smart I was, right? I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy boxes of Dutches. So at that time you hit me and you don't have a Dutch because you have to walk in the hood, I'm gonna have the Dutch for you, and I'm not even gonna charge you, and I'm gonna come to you. I used to live up top. You used to live down. Hit me, bet I'm coming right now. Just buzz me in, right? So I'm ahead of the game, and I'm living this facade of a life, right? Because I'm only focused on making money in a sense and having fun. I'm not really caring about schooling. In the midst of that, I'm learning these things too.
And at the same time, the spotlight that was taken off of you from sports is now back on through
Something
selling
else,
weed,
yes,
right? So
yes.
now people know Mel
So I'm
because
kind of around sports still,
yeah,
but I'm
because
not really
you're
in it.
sports,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So,
So
it
I'm
kind of gives you,
yeah.
it still gives you that connection.
yeah. So after going towards the end of the second semester, I'm realizing like, yo, I'm playing around, and it's like I'm kind of feeling bad due to the fact that I'm not paying for this, right? Like, I have a heart, right? I'm telling myself like, yo, bro, like you're not paying for this. You fucking around. You're not really focused, and you got your mom back home paying, So that's bothering me too, on top of being lied to. So all that is just back and forth weighing on me. Then I'm learning how, evil and cruel shit is. And it just took me to a dark place.
Tell me. So
it took me to a dark place. This is how. I had two road dogs in college, and we planned. One was from Virginia, Bad News, and he had a girlfriend. And it was me, him, and my boy Ryan, and it was like 3-4 of her girls, right? So we were gonna take a road trip down there. We planned it probably since like March, right?
Okay.
So around this time we planned it, I was good, I guess, right? So we planned to go in July, and we finished school in May. So around April, May, when semester's over, I already, in my mind, I'm not going back to school. In my mind, I don't think I told anybody, but I'm not going back to school.
okay.
I'm too, what's happening in my mind, I'm not going back.
And what's happening right there, like at that moment?
I just don't believe shit.
You don't
I'm
believe?
questioning everything. I'm overthinking everything, and I don't know, right? But I'm able to
Give
read.
me an example. With everything, with the weed, everything. Okay.
So what's happening is I'm
You're smoking a lot.
smoking a lot. I'm drinking, but what I'm doing is I'm questioning everyone's motive towards me.
So you're really like reflecting in your
Yes.
inner self
Yes.
and understanding like what's going on in your life.
Yeah.
And now you're starting to question everyone's true motive.
And on top of that, I'm not mindfully, but I'm picking up on how to read people, and I'm because I always seen everybody as my friend. I'm seeing how people aren't my friend too.
So now, because growing up, you've got all this love, the spotlight's on you, right? You've got nothing but fucking great vibes. But here you are, like fucking adulthood's like smacking you in the face because like, boom, bro, not everybody's good. Everybody has, guess what? A motive too.
Yeah.
That's not per se in your best interest.
Yes.
So now you're starting to realize what life is, right?
Yeah.
It's good, bad, right?
Yeah.
And all the in between.
Yeah.
And so now you're starting to connect the dots where like, all right, my friends are really not my friends, or the people who I think who are my friends, and then now you're like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
my mom and my situation, they lied to me too.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? So is there any examples, like whether, because I know you was heavily in the streets or anything like that, you know, because I feel like when we spoke, it could have been off camera, but we had this conversation about you were loyal to this particular person, and you're like, you know, I won't do this, but then this person really showed their true colors.
Yeah, that came a little after.
I want you to talk. Okay.
That came a little after. So yeah, in that time frame when I was, you know, kind of like end of my semester where I knew I was running the streets a little bit, you know, making some money with somebody who was really in the streets. And at that time, I used to like, you know, I was always around them, so I would say things that was really on my mind. He's like, yo, bro, you crazy, right? So it got to the point where not only him, but now I'm verbally saying these things to almost anybody, and people were thinking I'm on drugs, right? And I'm not gonna say I seen COVID, right? But I was able to see something like that happening.
So when you say see COVID, so obviously this is before 2020.
This was 2010.
2010.
2010, 2011.
So 10 years before COVID actually happened, you're saying you see a premonition.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, we're gonna be under very controlled. We're gonna like.
How did this come about?
Because of my research, because of the darkness, and just, you know, I guess my intuition, right? Like I didn't know how to trust it at that time.
Are you depressed at this time?
Yes, but I'm wise though. I didn't know.
So let's talk about this depression though. Like, all right, so you're in this depression state because I feel like we're gliding over it.
Yeah, we are, but we're in the midst of it at the same time.
Okay.
Because as I'm depressed, I'm becoming wise though.
Becoming aware.
Aware.
You're starting to see people's true colors. And you're starting to connect the dots between your personal life and then what you're actually experiencing. And you're like, holy shit. Like, where's the good at?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my family lied to me. I could possibly give them a pass because they my family. But you're my niggas. And here you are doing the same shit.
Yeah.
So what's going through your mind at this time as this depression is getting stronger and stronger?
Everybody's a liar.
Everybody's a liar.
Everybody. The whole world.
So now
Not
you feel like you
person.
lived a lie.
I feel like not only that I lived a lie, I'm in a lie. This is not what I want. But I'm speaking from an intuitive point, but no one's believing me. No one's believing the things that I'm saying. They think I'm crazy because it's not the norm of how I'm talking, right? I'm usually the life of the party, but now I'm talking this deep shit. Now I'm talking this shit that, you know, doesn't make sense to who I am to them.
Yeah.
And it's literally like a snap of the finger, you know, like out of nowhere to them. But for me, it's built up. Where now I'm out of college. I made the decision. Now I don't know what I want to do, so I'm even more into the depressive mind state.
Are you still dealing and wheeling,
Yeah,
wheeling and dealing?
that was.
So let's talk about that. So you're wheeling and dealing, right? But so, and the reason why I asked this question because obviously your whole life you're always in the spotlight, right? But now you're wheeling and dealing. Are you in a spotlight, or you have to kind of take a step back? Talk to me about that.
So when I'm selling, right? I don't like people in my business unless I'm doing business with you. So if you weren't doing business with me, you didn't know.
So if
I'm learning. So I'm learning at that time because I'm depressed. I don't trust nobody, right? At the same time, I don't want nobody to know. Due to the fact, I don't want my mom to find out.
When you say mom, which mom?
The one who raised me.
Okay.
I don't want her to find out. So I got to do everything to make sure no one finds out that will know her. You know what I'm saying?
But here you are, you're like becoming like the real deal in selling weed over here.
In a sense.
In a sense.
But still low key. Because I'm not.
How you low key if you
So
let's talk about how many like I want you to give me that example of what you had in the trunk.
Yeah.
And
so there was a point there's a point in where I'm receiving about 7-8 pounds a week.
Pounds of what?
Weed.
A weed.
A week.
7 to 8 pounds of
week.
weed.
Weed a week.
A week.
Yes. And this is how I'm low key, right?
This is how I'm low key. 7 to 8 pounds. So if you times 8 times 4, it's 24 pounds a month. This nigga's talking about I'm low key. Go ahead.
But in my perspective, I am, right? Like, because one, I'm not driving no car to make you think I'm doing this.
Okay.
Right? I'm driving a kind of a beater. You can't really tell unless you know. So meaning is like,
I didn't know.
I'm glad, right? So just like, if you don't smoke or you don't sell, why would I tell you?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So if I see you, yo, Mark, what's up? You want to play ball? We could do all that. I'm not telling you what I got in my trunk. It's just not happening. Like, even if you talk about it, I'm going to make sure, maybe not, because I don't even want you to view me in that light. Because I didn't want people to view me in that light. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want nobody to view me due to the fact everybody knew me as this good person, this good kid, vibey, life of the party. That, to me, that would take that away if they knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just transition into, all right, so your life of the party, you're selling weed, right? But you're becoming bigger and bigger. But here you have to kind of almost be humble because you don't want no one to know what you're doing, right? Your mom, the mother of who raised you passes away. How does that make you feel?
It get as crazy as it sounds, but it made me realize myself. So when she died, I was able to start thinking for myself. I was able to do what I wanted to do. I was able to be me without having that extra thought, like, oh, I don't want her to find out, or what will she think, or, you know, all those thoughts. It was out of my head, you know. So when she is ironic at the sounds, because she had you know, cancer. So 2 weeks prior to her passing, she was up in the hospital in Summit. So I'll go up there every day, you know, crying for 2 weeks, right? Knowing is almost there. So when she died and we went to her funeral, I didn't cry because I was already kind of prepared. And, you know, I was working in a group home too at that time. So when everyone's at my house, you know, kind of after the passing, you know, eating all that, I went to work. So I realized, like, yo, like, life goes on. And this is the most important person in your life, to me, right? Like, that's, no one means more to you than her, and she's gone. So now I gotta, like, kind of figure it out, as in, like, it's just you. Obviously, I got family, you know what I'm saying, people who love me, stuff like that, but, like, no one meant what she meant to me. So it gave me insight to myself.
So with that, right, you, at this time, you start this movement, Spread Love, right? Let's talk about Spread Love, and let's talk about how that changes your life into wanting to, getting out of depression, and how that relates to how you replace the love that you lost. Right, let's talk about that.
So my mom passed 13. I would say this is around like 14, 15.
Now, and did her passing influence you on wanting to spread love the way you do?
No. Immediately, no. Like, honestly, no. So, you know, what brought the idea? I'm you know, Will Manley. We're sitting in his office celebrating one of his promotions on his job at the time, and I'm you know, grateful to be there, honored, happy for him, genuinely. But I started to think like, all right, Mel, like, what's up with you, bro? Like, and I was working at Ruby Tuesdays at the time.
Okay. I remember. I think I was
Yeah,
there once.
yeah. I'm working at Ruby Tuesdays. I literally just had a $27 day, you know? And he's over here celebrating something that's very big. And I'm like, yo, Mel, like, all right, what you gonna do with your life?
When you say that, right, you're like, what's your promotion? Like, that's what you said to yourself? Like,
what's your promotion? Like, what you doing? Like,
Yeah.
so then in that moment, I'm asking myself, like, what do you want to do? Like, so first thing I think of is sports. I'm like, all right, no. Like, literally, I'm having this conversation with myself while we're chilling, whatever, talking. So I'm like, yo, like, what do you, like, what is something that you would want to do? And I honestly was like, yo, nothing. Like, there's nothing I would want to do. Like, I don't like anything. It's like, yo, what are you good at?
Yeah.
Like, I'm asking myself. I'm good at love. Like, when people see me, you know, it's all love, right? People don't, you know, see me for years. They see me, oh, what's up, man? Right? So I'm thinking
so
like
being
that.
in the spotlight is what works for you.
Kinda, right? And it's not even just a spotlight mindfully. It's just like, I'm love. Like people used to call me Mel Love too, like in college.
But when you got into this depression, a lot of that was taken away because there was no platform for you to really be in the spotlight in a sense. Because here you are, you're feeling depressed, but you don't want no one to know. So it's hard for you to be out and about because it's like, yo, you feel this, and if you're out, people are gonna see it. Yeah. So here I am being home, and I'm home, and I'm home, right. You're
away.
Home and away,
and I was fucked up. Yeah.
But let's talk about that. Like, what was going through your mind? Like, I know lies.
So
and then what happened that said, you know what, I need to open my mouth. I need people to hear this.
So during the depression, and I'm gonna come back to the love. So during the depression, I'm in my mind, I'm done. Like, I'm not coming back to society. No one's ever gonna see me again. At the time I was working, and I'm, you know, hustling a little bit myself. I'm like, yo, I'm done. I'm not, you know, I had a few chicks too that I would, you know, deal with, but I wouldn't tell them, you know, what I'm going through. Obviously they would know, but I wouldn't tell them in depth context, right? But I'm making the conscious decision. I'm never coming back to society. Like, I'm telling myself every day, and every day I'm honestly praying like, yo, I don't want to live no more. You know, like, I want God to take me.
So when you say that, I want God to take me, right? What is that conversation like with God? Because to me, you know, I know that we talked about, like, you started looking for Him, looking for God, but a lot of times people look for God and be like, yo, help me. Help me to get through this. Are you saying, God, help me? Or are you saying, what are you saying?
I've convicted that this is my life. I don't want to live like this. I don't want to be.
So what are you saying to Him?
Take me. When I go to sleep, don't allow me to wake up. Yes.
And you're reaching out for Him. You're saying, take my life.
Yes. Because I'm not gonna do it, right? I'm not gonna, like.
So this is your way saying, I'm suicidal in the sense where I don't want to be here, but I'm not going to be the one to take my life. But I don't want to be here because of all the pain that I've endured.
Yes.
And that's how you truly felt. And how long did you feel this?
A year.
A whole year.
Almost damn near 365 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. So at this time, do you believe in God? Do you talk to me about, like, you know, you being spiritual? Like, when did that transformation happen?
It kind of transferred, like, the transformation was in that time, but I didn't know, right? That was my 2011. I didn't know, but that's when I was able to get a relationship with Him. Even though I was telling Him to take me, but that's the only, you know, not say person, but only person I was talking to. So I wasn't talking to nobody about what I was feeling, what I'm thinking. Because when I do, yo, you crazy, or you bugging, yeah, stop smoking, like, you know, that's what people was telling me, like, those few people I was around. So I'm like, yo, God, take me. No one's believing anything I'm saying, and my concept of thinking is like, yo, like, when have I ever been a liar to these people? So it's like, you know, so I felt like, damn.
What was the process like when you're going through this process of saying, yo, God, take me? Like, and the reason why I ask this question is because I know certain people's process is, like, for me, I'm a crier. Like, I'm crying. Like,
every day.
And I'm repenting. I'm on my knees. You know, I cry. I'm a crier. So
every day. So every day I would stay in bed for the most part, cry. I would barely eat. I didn't get a haircut. I had a job, like I said, a few people.
So you just woofing it? You over here
woofing
like,
it.
really,
and
like,
what I would do and cry the most, I would drive through drive around people's houses I know and cry because I didn't want them to see me like this, and I wasn't gonna reach out. And I wasn't gonna tell them like, yo, I'm fucked up. As in, you know,
Why though?
They wouldn't believe me, or they didn't have the answer.
Or did you feel like that would have took your shine away from the spotlight?
Not even just a shine. I didn't want them to see me like this because they're not used to seeing me like this. I'm not used to seeing me like this. So if I'm not used to me, you're not good. You know, you're not even gonna really understand because I don't even understand. So it's like I don't even want to bring this energy to you. So like my misery doesn't love company.
So why now?
Why now?
Yeah. Why now?
I got over it. I understood it. I comprehend it.
Okay.
I'm able to, you know, deal with it in the matters of, you know, not pouring it on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to, I dealt with it. I'm dealing with it. I'm going through it, even though, you know, so just like, I just didn't want nobody to experience me like that because I was always the life of the party. And I felt like I was cheating them if I would have, too, you know? And at the same time, I didn't trust nobody.
I got you.
Know what I mean?
So let's talk about, right before we go to break, let's talk about you being spiritual. What does that mean? Like, what does, like, do you believe in God? Or, because, you know, I know through our conversation, you said, I'm spiritual, right? So tell me what that means. Does that mean that you believe in God? Like, tell me.
I do believe in God. I believe God is energy.
Okay.
I found God out of church. You know, so
talk
like,
to me about that. What do you mean?
When I was depressed, I didn't go to church. My whole life, I went to church. So when I was depressed, I was able to talk to him for real. Like I was able to like cry to him.
Be vulnerable.
Very. When I went to church.
What's the difference between then and now?
I was going to church just to go to church because it was the good thing to do.
Just to check off the box.
That's it.
Gotcha.
I didn't, you know.
So at this time, you're like really into your
God,
spirit.
Yes. Like.
Talk to me about like what does that mean? Like, how did you get there? How did you get to being in your spirit?
So depression, understanding that the world is dark. So now that I didn't realize the world is dark, I'm in this darkness. Like, God, why is this happening? My whole life was great, right? Obviously, I went through what I went through, but like, why is this happening to me? Like, I don't do nothing bad to nobody. I don't treat nobody bad, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, why am I going through this? Like, why me, right? I'm like, everyone fucking loves me. Why do I have to go through this? Why do I have to stay away from people? Like, why me? And it's just like, take me then, right? Take me. I don't like, this ain't my life. Take me. So in that moment, he's giving me messages. He's giving me signs, even though I'm not conscious of it. But as, you know, from that time.
What kind of signs? What kind of messages?
Yo, you meant for this. Like, this is supposed to be for you. Like, you're supposed to go through this. Like, I'm like, no, how, why, right? So I'm young and naive to the spiritual aspect of myself. Like, I'm a human, right? Like, I'm a boy, I'm a man, right? Like, I want to fuck, like, all these things, right? So it's like, why is this happening to me? Like, I know how to get money, I know how to get girls, I know how to play, like, why is this happening to me? And in that process, you know, and at the same time, I was building a relationship with my uncle Melvin. And it's just so ironic that he was a Mason.
Okay.
And, you know, everything ties in, right? So just like.
So what does that mean that he was a Mason? All right, let's talk about that a little bit.
So I used to mention the Illuminati. He's like, what is that?
Oh, okay.
What is that?
And so you.
So he would downplay the Illuminati.
He would downplay it.
Downplay it.
Okay.
And it gave me perspective, though. Right? It gave me perspective, like, this man's in it. Like he's been in it, right? He doesn't tell me his ranking, nothing like that. He doesn't share too much with me, right? But he's in it, so and I know he's a good dude. I know, you know, everyone loves him. So it's like, So now I'm seeing the bright side of this darkness and a little bit too, because you know, he died 2011. No, 2012. My daughter was born in 2012. He died 2012, right before she died. So
right before she was born, you mean?
Right before she was born, yeah. So that year prior to him dying, I was his power of attorney. He was sick, so we built a great relationship, and he used to, like, you know, kind of not school me on certain things, but like he would give me insight. Like he was taking me away from my depression, even though he didn't know. How? One, his energy. Right, like he was just a good person, always, everywhere, you know. And I was around him.
Advice.
Great
advice.
And I was around him, and in irony, I would drop him off to meetings, to Mason meetings, and I'd be like, damn.
So you're building like you're building a relationship with this dude.
Yeah. And at this time, you know, that's when I was like, Illuminati, right? Illuminati, Mason's Illuminati, like. And then he used to break it down like, yo, like everything starts off with intention, and then sometimes it grows to be something different.
I gotcha.
You know, like gangs were started for something good, and then now
It's
you know
something different.
something different. So it gave me a different perspective of the perspective that I was having of the darkness.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So it kind of steered me away of the whole darkness in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
So he influenced you to try to, you know, to see the light.
Yeah. Without being like, he was very like, how can I put it? He was very like a one-liner type of person. He was very like, figure it out yourself type of person. You know, mad love, but like, he didn't directly like, yo, boom, boom, bow. He would just subconsciously, eventually, you know what I'm saying?
So Melvin, before we get into your commitment to music, do you know what you're called to do?
Yes. I believe I'm called to be a mirror to the world.
Okay. Can you explain that?
So, right, in concept, the world was a mirror to me. I was afraid of it. I was afraid to go outside. I was afraid of the darkness. I was afraid I didn't understand it. I didn't want to deal with it. Now,
Afraid in what aspect?
why is the world dark? Why is the world evil? Right? Why are people liars? Why are people doing, you know, someone like myself wrong? Why are they betraying me when, you know? So I was afraid, like, damn, like, this is just the reality of the world, right? So it was a mirror to me, right? So now I feel like I'm a mirror to that. I'm the opposite of that.
Okay.
So I have to be that within that world. So that was what God was telling me. God's like, you have to be the opposite of what you're afraid of.
Okay.
And you know what I'm saying? And that's where balance comes. So I think I'm just a mirror.
Gotcha. So now that you know you're going through this depression, right? You're spreading love, right? You have this movement, and in this movement, you realize that people aren't recepting to your message the way you want them to receive it.
Yeah.
So what comes next?
So in that time frame, you know, I used to be with my boys. I used to freestyle. Excuse me. I used to freestyle, and I was getting pretty good at it. Excuse me, I apologize. I was getting pretty good at it, so I was like, yo, you know, it just dawned on me. Excuse me. And shout out to Nipsy Hussle too, because like Nipsey Hussle was a big part of me transitioning into music too. Like about a year prior to me accepting the fact that I wanted to do music, seeing Nipsey Hussle in a concert gave me the idea to really like, yo, you can speak your truth and people can love it too. So that was a big, you know, catalyst in doing music.
So he's the one that influenced you to think that, yo, I could do this.
Yeah.
You meeting Nipsey Hussle at
Before I met him, seeing him in concert. Because I met him after that, but seeing him in concert, I'm just looking at him and just realizing, like, damn, like, this guy's from West Coast. He came to New York to perform. He's with his homies on stage, smoking, chilling, and he's telling his truth. You know, I just felt like that was his truth.
and you connected with that.
Connected with it, and I'm like, yo, I can kind of do the same thing, you know. So that was like the first like seed, you know, in my mind, like, yo, I could do it. So then the movement came simultaneously with that and after that. So as I'm, you know, out here spreading love, talking to people about love, I just felt like people weren't accepting it. I felt like it was too positive, too preachy, too, you know. And I didn't want that either. I just wanted to give some, because I felt like this movement was the solution, right, to the core, right? If you look at every problem in the world, no one is thinking about the core. I'm going to think about the core. I'm going to give the core, right? So it's like, okay, all these different problems in the world, what's the core of every problem? It's love. It's missing. So I thought, right, I'm already loved. Everyone loves me. So I thought, right, this message is going to be delivered to people as soon as they see it, feel it.
Reflect it back.
You know what I'm saying? People are going to see it, feel it, and just, wow, it's going to, not say go viral, right? But the whole world's going to love it, and the whole world's going to be a better place. That was like my intention.
Did it work?
To a certain degree, but no, because to me anyways, right? I believe people are gravitating to it, and it
How did it gravitate? How did it start? Like you talk to me about Baltimore.
Yeah,
Baltimore.
so I made wristbands, and I wanted to hand out wristbands, and on social media at the time, I was just like I was hashtagging spread love, like literally on any and every post. And people were like, yo, what's, you know? So I made wristbands, and at that time I made wristbands. The Baltimore riots happened. So when the Baltimore riots happened, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, so I'm like, yo, I've never been to Baltimore. Let me go down there and just hand out these wristbands, and just my intuition wanted to see what was really going on in Baltimore. So I'm like, boom, I can kill 3 birds, 1 stone. So while I'm down there, I'm with, one of my friends, and I'm handing out wristbands, just talking to people, and she's kind of getting pictures of me. So boom, we come back, got pictures, I started posting them, and people started gravitating to it. And they're, I didn't realize it, but their perspective of what I did, because I was naturally just doing what I was doing, how they perceived it, I'm like, damn, I got something, so I just kept pushing it, kept posting.
So that gave you the battery in your backpack to continue to move, to push.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cause, and like I said, Nipsey Hussle was a big catalyst of this,
Okay. So then what changes when you're like, all right, I'm spreading love, but I feel like I need to do more. So like what happens then?
So in this process of the first year, I'm going out doing community events, give back, stuff like that. I felt like I wasn't, in that time, I wasn't influencing the people that I wanted to really influence, meaning the people in the hood, the people who didn't want this, right? So I wanted this.
Why though? Why did you want to influence them?
Because I'm kind of coming from that, right?
Kind of come, or are you from that?
I am from that, but I say kind of because I was never deep in that.
Okay.
So I say kind of, right?
So meaning like your friends, the people who influence you,
your background. I didn't really struggle to the point.
You didn't really struggle to feel it, but
exactly.
But you had enough to understand it.
Yes.
You've seen enough to understand it.
Yep. Gotcha. So I felt like if I can say this good word, it can reach to goody good shoes, and it can reach to most gangster in the world. If it's coming from me, that's how I felt, because I was always in the middle of both of those worlds my whole life. Even when I was running the street, the people who weren't running the street didn't know I was running the street. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa. So I'm like, yo, boom, this is about to bang, right? So people weren't gravitating to it the way, and I felt like maybe.
How did you want people to gravitate to this? Like, what did you expect? And I think that's the question.
Honestly, this is the solution. This is what's missing.
So you wanted to put something out to change everybody's life.
The whole world, 8 billion people. That's what I thought. That's right. Because who's talking about love? Mm-hmm. And not only who's talking about love, I broke it down. I'm not saying love. No, love is love only veins eternity. What does that mean? The blood that flows in your veins, it only flows to eternity. So what you give to the world will always last. So that's how I'm breaking it down, right? So the world you get, like Michael Jackson, his music will always be here because that's his love. Yeah. The painter gave his love. So whatever it is, right? So like, I wasn't honed in on the message, right? But it's like, yo, whatever your love is, give it. And then you're making the world a better place, because now your focus is on giving that love rather than not, Yeah. And like I said, I felt like coming from me, because I'm always in the middle, yo, it's gonna hit, but it just didn't.
What? Okay.
Yeah, so that's when I transitioned to music. Everyone loves music, I kind of got influenced by music.
So now you're like, let me try music to grasp people's attention a little bit more. See if I could even, because obviously, listen, when you're spreading love and you're preaching, right? It comes off as a preaching, right? But when you throw a beat behind it, and now you're rhyming, it's entertaining.
Yes.
So now you could possibly feel like you could grasp people's more attention through music.
Yeah, that's what I felt.
All right. So with that, so now you're starting to create music. What's driving you to be so committed?
So the commitment is I've experienced so much that the people that know me don't understand or don't know, right? They would never even fathom, right? And on top of that, even just me being adopted, I wasn't vulnerable enough to share that with anybody till I was about 25. So I have 25 years of my life that I experienced that the closest people to me don't know. So it's just like, if I'm able to give them that truth in music, I would never stop, because I have so much to give. You know what I'm saying? I lived a double, triple life my whole life. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
a double, triple life. What does that mean?
So at home, my name was Antoine. That's my middle name.
Okay.
At
So
school-
everyone's calling you Antoine now.
At home, Antoine. At school, my name is Melvin. When I started getting to the streets, my name was Jimmy.
Damn.
So
Wow.
why I did this, right, is like, for me, I was able to tap into a certain mold of myself to adjust to the environment I'm in. So if I'm in here and it's nothing but
So you're like a chameleon.
yeah, so if this is about the trap, I'm Jimmy. Right? But if this is about school, about basketball, I'm Melvin. But if this feels home, I'm Antoine.
Oh.
So when I hear a certain name, I tap into a certain energy of myself due to the aspect of, you know what I'm saying? So my mom, my dad, my family,
How does
Antoine.
that affect you, like, overall? Like, how do you? All right, so there's two parts to this.
Mm-hmm.
How does it affect you, and then how do you balance that throughout your life to, I guess, wear so many hats?
How does it affect me? It teaches me at a young age how to like master my role. It teaches me how to just play the position I'm supposed to play. So even in basketball, right? I could play point. I could be the main scorer. I'm little, but I'll bang with a big man, right? So I'm a team player. And, you know, the second question is just like how I'm able to, you know, go through that. It's like I was forced to. I was born into it. I'm looking at two ladies, they're both calling me son in different situations. So like at a young age, I had to know my role, even if I didn't know what I was doing, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, at home, my name is Antoine. From 0 to pre-K, and at pre-K, the name on the paper says Melvin Smith. So it was easy, right? It was second nature to me, so it's not like it was hard.
So, as an adult, right? How does this all play for you? Like how did you persevere? How did you move forward from feeling depressed, feeling like, you know, the people that loved you the most lied to you? How did you get here, like today? How did you get through that traumatic experience to be like, yo, I am standing on my 2 feet and I'm the best version of myself? Because I truly feel that right now Melvin Smith is the best version of Mel The Prophet.
I had a deprogram.
Okay.
I had a deprogram. I had to go off what I felt more than what I knew. I had to go off like what I felt. Not what you, her, she. Like, what do you feel? Like, even if they're here or not, what do you feel? And I had to be in solitude. So that distance away when I was depressed, I was able to be in solitude even though I was afraid of it. I was able to learn myself. And then I got addicted to that. I got addicted, obsessed. Because I lived a lie so long, what's truth? Right? So to this day, I question what truth is. And I'm always dissecting.
How did you get, like, from your music, it sounds like you healed yourself.
Yes.
You're in the process of healing yourself. I feel like you've created this environment that you understand, you know, you are aware and you understand your whereabouts and and what life is, right? That you created this environment, this circle that only allows you to thrive and it allows you to heal. So how did you get to this point, and what are you doing to continue to create this environment to thrive?
Being brutally honest with myself.
Okay.
Like so when I was depressed too, I would speak down to myself. Like, I would take myself down. Like I hate you. Like I don't like to myself, not to God, right? But to myself. It's like, so meaning I put myself through a mental training that like it was the worst that I could do. Cause I'm every day telling myself I hate myself, I hate myself, I hate myself. So it's like, yo, where's the love at? You're not around nobody and you're telling yourself you hate yourself. Ain't no love. So I kind of got away from that back to regular programming, and then I had to realize like how can I adjust to that, you know? So at the same time too, what I would do when I would hear people talk bad about someone, and this is like a secret of mine, right? When I would hear someone talk bad about someone, I would always make sure I don't be the person they're talking about.
Okay.
So if you're saying like, yo, this person doing that, I will make sure don't do that, right? So I never wanted to be that person that people would talk bad about. And then it got to a point where it's like, yo, it ain't about what they say, it's about you. Because I would have a war with myself for the sake of other people. Now I don't have a war with myself as much. You know what I mean? I still do, but it's like the war's not with me no more. It might be with somebody else, but not with myself. Because I know how to love me. Like I know what I've been through to love me. Not what I think I want. I know what I want. I love myself for real. Like I you know what I'm saying? I know what drives me. I know what inspires me.
So
I know what I don't
what inspires
like.
her?
Truth. When I see someone being true to what they are, who they are, that inspires me. Even if it's not what I do, I love that. You're speaking your truth, you're being truth, you're living your truth, you're being what you're about, you're going after what you want to, like, I love that. I love that. Like, that inspires me. Honestly, nothing else inspires me. Like, if you can entertain the whole world and get all these followers, but if you're not doing it truthfully, it don't inspire me.
Interesting.
It don't inspire me.
So Melvin, all right. So let's really dig down into your music career. So this is where, because the meat and potatoes of you being committed is. So talk to me about your growth from your first project to your most recent project, Bonnie's Mark, right? And the reason why I say that is because when I look back as a witness of your growth, I see, and correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I remember obviously spreading love. Then maybe some freestyles, but maybe your first project might have been 3 Sides to Every Story.
Yes.
Okay,
One,
good.
yeah.
So you come out with the 3 Sides to Every Story, and I'm just being honest. Like I after you and I spoke, I took a whole day and I sat back and I listened to all your songs.
That's fine. Thank you.
All of them. I sat probably more than 2 hours in my room. And I sat and I listened to all your songs from 7 years ago all the way till now.
That's fine.
And I am a fan of your growth,
Thank
right?
you.
From the time that when you are 3 Sides to Every Story. And of course, as a fan, I understand where you're going with this. I do. And again, I see that the progression of every project every year is just something different, but this is a story that you're putting together. You know what I'm saying? You're putting, you're connecting your life and these emotions and this trauma together to create this series in a sense, right? I love it. So like my question is like, what inspires you to create this this continuous season of your journey, right? What's inspired you? And then I want to go through the process of your creativity to get to this point, because every year you come out with something different, and then it's just not something different. It's really creative, and I love it. Like, it's just like you came to my house with a pamphlet, like this book, and then it's a movie, and then it's all these things, and it's like every year it's just more and more and more, and then it's like so creative, and it's like, bro, what's next? Yeah. So talk to me.
So when I first started, the first year I started writing, I wrote 25 songs.
Okay.
So when I looked at the list of 25 songs, I came up with the concept 3 Sides to Every Story, where I wanted to deliver, right? 3 Sides to Every Story. I played 3 different roles, right?
But wait, let's talk about that. 3 Sides to Every Story, because to me, when people say 3 Sides to Every Story, I think about someone else's story, my story, and then the truth, right?
Exactly, right? So this is how I am, right? I want you to know I'm talking about myself, but I want you to dive into yourself when you hear me. So I don't want you to just be about me when you hear me.
Okay.
So that's why I say 3 Sides to Every Story. So when you hear me, you're going to just hear me talk about me, right? But I want you to dive into you at the same time as if you're me. And then the reality is what I'm saying, you don't even know it's deeper than that. So that's the 3 sides to that, right? There's another 3 sides where it's like, I'm about love, but the 3 sides, I'm talking about a lot of pain. So this love that y'all seen at first, that came out of nowhere, it's not a facade, it just stems from pain. So that's why it's so beautiful, because the pain is so dark. So now this is my way of giving that darkness from the light that y'all see, because the light just came from nowhere. in hindsight, right? Like, oh, love, love, love. Where's it coming from?
It came from somewhere.
Yeah, it did, but like to people, like, oh, it's coming out of nowhere. But yo, listen to my pain. Listen to what I've been through. Listen to like, this is why I'm able to even say love. So, cause think about it, anybody can talk love, but it's like, all right, it's not real. No, this shit is real, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like, as below, as beloved. I mean, as below, as above. It's like a tree. You see a big tree, if it's 9 feet, underground is probably like 18.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I wanted to give that dark side of me so people could know I'm a real person. Because also, too, people were viewing me in a light that was too positive, and I didn't like that. I didn't want people to view me like that.
Life of the party, too positive. Because that's not real.
Exactly.
And you're all about
even
roots.
though, right, I didn't think of it in the moment, I was just delivering a positive message. I wasn't saying, oh, I'm this, right? I'm just delivering a positive message. Like, everything I was about that first year of love is just a positive message. I'm not saying I'm, right? So people are perceiving me as this positive person, even though I am, right? But like, yo,
there's more to me than
exactly.
just the positive.
And I wanted to give that reality, like
Yeah.
3 sides every story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
gotcha.
So it's like, it gets tricky, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to be as authentic as possible in my own creative way. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Listen, I totally feel you. So, go ahead.
Back to answer your question, so
Yeah,
that
go ahead.
25 songs
Yeah.
was that first year, 2016, I got 3 mixtapes. So what I said was, I'm going to drop a mixtape on my birthday, August 18th, 2017, 18, 19. So I had the first 3 years in 1 year.
Ooh.
About 75%.
Okay.
I got some other songs throughout the years, but I had the whole concept of 3 volumes in the first year.
Okay.
So I was ahead of myself, not knowing it, but realizing it. So then I'm like, okay, let me break it down to give them 3 sides in a way that makes sense to me.
I love it.
And then that's how
the project came
That's
about.
how all my projects come. Like I don't get in album mode. I create and find an album. I create and find an EP. I
gotcha.
create and find, like, I'm like, to this day right now, and this is a flex, I have 10 to 12 years worth of music.
How many songs?
400 easy.
400 easy. Okay.
I make 100 songs a year.
100 songs a year.
100 songs a
Love that.
That's
Recorded.
Recorded.
But not out.
No.
Okay.
But recorded. Yeah.
So with that being said, right? So I want to let's wind it back to early Mel. Right? And there's a couple of songs that I jot down because remember I went back and I sat here and I went back
That's
to
fine.
all your songs.
I really appreciate that.
I
You
really
you
did.
understand how
I
that
really
makes
did.
that,
I really
how
did.
happy that makes me feel.
So a couple of these songs that I jot down, like obviously, I listened to all of them, but just remind me of just a few that I mentioned. So what comes to mind, because obviously, like when you first started, I feel like you were like, this is my outlet to really
Yes.
expressing how I feel and trying to get people to know me, Melvin, right?
Yeah.
And so when I hear the song "My Own,"
That was the first song that wasn't someone else's beat that I wrote.
so talk
That's
to
the
me
first
about that.
original song that I ever
So
wrote.
talk to me about that.
I was
quickly.
sitting in my computer room, and it brought me back to my depression in a sense of like being on my own. So that song talks about I was caught up in my own. You know what I'm saying? So it brought that like depression to like kind of that now sense of like getting out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how about like when I hear even the title "Self-Hate"? Talk to me about that.
That was about depression too. So self-hate, I had a producer I was working with. I walk into his crib. He's making that beat. I started crying.
Why?
Because I felt this was 2020. I felt everything I've been through till now. And the thing is, not that I didn't think of it, but it hit me like, yo, Mel, you really overcame
A lot.
yourself. Like, you overcame shit that, so he's making a beat. I'm just crying. Like, literally, like, I just met him, too. Not, like, a couple months prior to this, and I'm crying in his crib. Like,
Just
yo,
met the nigga.
I just met him, and I'm just bawling. He's like, yo, what's up? I'm like, yo, bro, this just,
Hit me hard.
So that song talks about when I was depressed. That whole song is about 2012. So I go back. So the first verse and the second verse are 2 different me's. The first verse is like when I'm like deep in depression, I don't know what's going on, and the second verse is I'm depressed, but I still don't care. I'm a player. So if you even see the video, I'm sitting like this with myself. One's like a construction worker, one's like a pimp. So I'm talking to myself, like one's like, yo, I don't know what's going on. The other one's like, yo, bro, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So like, I had to go back into that thought process of what I used to be to actually write that song.
Yeah.
So it took me like 2 weeks to write that song.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow. Trauma Eyes. Tell me about that.
Trauma Eyes is just like giving the concept of like, the eyes is the window of the soul. Even though I want to give love, you can see I'm in pain.
Oh, no, I know. That's why I jotted that one down.
Yeah, you can see. And it's just like, not just me, we all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like, you have to go to the darkness.
Yeah.
You have to go to the darkness.
So listen, Melvin. So you've come out with many projects, and I want to get to Bonnie's Mark in a second, right? Because that's your most current project. But I just want to highlight one of my my favorite songs. But when I say song, I'm talking about like all in, meaning song, written, production, video.
Fire.
My favorite. Things Change.
Ooh!
That shit was
Fire.
That,
oh my goodness. So
my
that's
favorite.
That's
my
one of my
favorite.
favorites. That's one of my
favorite.
favorites. So
I'm telling you, I'm like from production.
Yeah. Wow.
It was different.
Wow.
And
so I'm gonna give you the
I love
backdrop on that. So this was 2017, 2018. I was working at a restaurant and I got fired.
Okay.
I was down bad, right? I was like in a mini depression, right?
Okay.
Like I was spiritual. I knew who I was spreading love, but then I just got fired. You know, I was dealing with some girl. She was the reason why I got fired. So I didn't have a car. So I had my kids with me, right? So I dropped them off to their mother, took an Uber or a bus, right? So I was gonna walk back from Amboy to Fords. I live in the Fords. So it happened to be my children's mother was going to Marshall's right next to Fords, right? So yo, I'll drop you off. I'm like, all right, bet. So we go to Marshall, or TJ Maxx right there by Corner Grill. So we're about to walk into the store, and I'm like, yo, what you doing? To myself. Bro, you got no money in your pocket. You gonna go and window shop with your kids and this chick, obviously my baby mom. You gonna go window shop so your kids like, yo, can I get this? You can't even get it. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna just stay outside. So I stood outside. I found a beat. It wasn't even that beat. I got it redone. I found a beat and I wrote that. So I'm talking to myself.
So you're in the car while everyone's doing their thing.
I'm talking to myself and I hope. Now your imagination got you contemplating. Scratch the surface, peekaboo, see your greatness while you waiting. Like I'm talking to myself because it's like I'm so sure of who I am, but I don't know how to show it. I have no money. I lost my job. I'm fucked up, but I know I am who I am. So things change. When you know what I'm saying? I was walking a lot, you know, and I used to see people. I used to walk. People look at me and act like they didn't see me. So all that gave me fuel too. Yeah. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right. I know who I am, even though I can't show that right now. You know what I'm saying? But like,
you definitely showed it in the music video. And that song, you showed it. I put it like that. It was fire. Definitely fire.
Yeah.
Listen, so Melvin, to see the evolution and your creativity is impressive. Most important, your ability to be committed to the process and sustain what life continues to throw at you is honorable. It really is. I mean, listen, you continue to inspire me, and when I say that, it's because you know, like we spoke before, you know, I sat on this project for 3 years myself, and you know, I feel as though my calling is to inspire, but to inspire through other people's you know, powerful testimonies. So to see you to continue to do what you love and to continue to feel that you know, through your music you could touch other people is inspiring, because you stuck with it, and that's why you're here, because of commitment. The way you committed yourself through your music, through all the trauma and all the experiences that you experienced, you found this outlet to continue to keep the spotlight on you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like that. That's creative. Like you're finding ways to live. You're finding ways to create this atmosphere of healing and to make yourself feel, if the word is important, You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, you know, if you don't feel important, like, what's the purpose? You know what I'm saying? And so we need to find purpose, and you found your purpose through your music, and you constantly, and I'm telling you this, I'm telling you, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, you're constantly inspiring others, whether you see or you don't, because you're inspiring me to say, you know what, when I do launch this podcast, and if I don't receive the results that I want in you know, in the first go around, it's not to stop, it's to be committed, it's to, you know, constantly, no matter how good or ugly you look, just keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because when I look at you, and you know, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. Like, you know, you express yourself the way, you know, you want to express yourself, no matter what judgment. A lot of people can't do that. I know I can't. So Melvin, that just brings me to that. This, you know, your story reminds me of a biblical verse, Proverbs 16 verse 3, where it says, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. And what that means is that the verse is an invitation to surrender your actions, your goals, and intentions to God. The word commit here is in Hebrew literally means to roll onto, as if you were rolling your burdens and your plans onto God's shoulders. It reminds us that true success isn't about working hard. It's about aligning your heart, motives, and your efforts with God's purpose. When we truly commit our ways to Him, He becomes responsible for the outcome. It's a promise of divine direction and favor. So, Melvin, this brings me to, as a token of my appreciation, I want to bless you with this Faith by Me journal to help you record the prayers and the breakthroughs and the battles you've conquered. You know, this is something that that I've created, the Faith by Me brand, and it's just not a journal, but it's a movement as well. And anyone who is interested, you could also, you know, grab your own on the Kickin'it with Me website as well. But yeah, you know, when I say Faith by Me, like I said, that's something that that, you know, I feel as though God has, you know, brought to my space and said, you know, my movement is creating a space, a safe space for people to inspire, right? But also to give a space for people to express their faith by them, right? And so when it's faith by me, it's meaning your faith, right? Whatever your faith is and how strong your faith is, that's your faith, right? And no one could dictate that. So I also feel, though, in this digital world, we get, you know, we get away from, you know, the fundamentals of writing stuff down. So I think that just writing things down, I hope that, you know, this comes in handy.
Definitely. And I got like 3 more pages in my journal. I'm gonna finish, and then I'm right into this. For real.
Awesome, perfect. Yeah, so Melvin, so let's close this up. I'm gonna close this up in prayer. Thank God for Melvin's story. Thank you for the strength to commit even when the road is hard. Remind us that you are faithful to those who remain faithful to you. Strengthen our resolve, deepen our commitment, and align us with your will. In Jesus' name, amen. Remember, commitment isn't a feeling, it's a choice. It's a lifestyle, it's a legacy. And to close this out, here's a track from the Kickin'it with Me soundtrack. This one's called Know Yourself by Mel The Prophet. Don't forget to stream the full album on our website. And as always, like, subscribe, and follow us for more. God's Little Soldier, out.
Do you know yourself? Do you know yourself? Even if you don't love yourself.
First you get distracted, then you find passion, create the proper distance, then you take action. Some gon' be mad, some gon' be laughing, some gon' be envious, but that's your satisfaction. First you get distracted, then you find passion, create the proper distance, then you take action. Some gon' be mad, some gon' be laughing, some gon' be envious, but that's your satisfaction. Highly recommended, living in defensive, existing in the reason, most be offensive. Charge it to the game, respect ain't expensive, give it like a gift. Even when you distant, measure up the scale. Is it stuck or you prevail? Heaven state of mind, free yourself from that hell. Lost memories, burning up your mental cells. Detoxing from the past, expunged from the jail. First you get distracted, then you find passion, create the proper distance, then you take action. Some gon' be mad, some gon' be laughing, some gon' be envious, but that's your satisfaction. First you get distracted, then you find passion, create the proper distance, then you take action. Some gon' be mad, some gon' be laughing, some gon' be envious, but that's your satisfaction. Faded to the waves, jaded to the place. Everybody change when you see them in their face. Energy is talk that you living every day. Caught up in the space where your people call you strange. Here is when you made it, soul walking naked. Peace is bittersweet when you sit back and taste it. Sacrificing comfort, confronting all that snake shit. Cleaning up the yard that you gracefully replace it. First you get distracted, then you find passion, create the proper distance, then you take action. Some gon' be mad, some gon' be laughing, some gon' be envious, but that's your satisfaction. First you get distracted, then you find passion, create the proper distance, then you take action. Some gon' be mad, some gon' be laughing, some gon' be envious, but that's your satisfaction.
Know yourself. Know yourself. Know yourself. Do you know yourself? Do you know yourself? Do you know